Psychology is the study of behavior and mental processes. And one of the studies that I like to talk about today is called obsessive compulsive disorder. As of the early 90s, an OCD that has been brought to light and I find quite interesting is called hoarding. Hoarding is a disorder characterized by the inability for one to discard things that are worthless or meaningless to most people. This leads to accumulation of clutter, which leads to the inability to have your living and workspaces to be used as their intended purposes. When these behaviors lead to enough clutter and disorganization to disrupt or threaten a person's health or safety, or they lead to significant distress, then hoarding becomes a disorder. Simply collecting or owning things does not qualify you as hoarding. A major feature of hoarding is a large amount of disorganized clutter that creates chaos in your home, such as rooms can no longer be used as they were intended. Moving through your home is difficult, and exits tend to be blocked. But what do they hoard that makes them hoarders? They frequently save things like clothes, newspapers, and they also save containers, junk mail, and even books. Why do they save these things? The most frequent reason for hoarding is to avoid wasting things that may have value. For them, it's, if I save this, I won't have to worry about ever buying it again. Or, for them, it's, I feel guilty for getting rid of something that may have substantial value to it. The second most frequent reason for saving is a fear of losing important information. Many hoarders describe themselves as information junkies who save newspapers, magazines, brochures, and other information-laden papers. The third reason for saving is that the object has emotional meaning. This takes many forms, including the sentimental association of things with important persons, places, or events. Sometimes most people experience as well, just not to the same degree. Another common form of emotional attachment concerns the incorporation of the item as part of the hoarder's identity. Getting rid of it feels like losing part of oneself. And finally, some people hoard because they appreciate the way the objects look, especially their shape, color, and texture.
So why can't people who hoard control their urges?
Understanding this requires knowing what happens at the moment the person decides to acquire or save something. At the time, people who hoard often experience a sort of high or a very good sensation during which their thoughts center on how wonderful it would be to own this item. These things are so pleasant that they dominate your thinking, that anything else that would try to get into your mind to help you not to acquire this thing, you ignore. There are signs, but more importantly, there is help.
They keep their homes off limits. Decluttering a small area is a major job. They're compulsive shoppers. They don't pay their bills on time. They can't find things, and they won't let you borrow or touch any of their possessions.
Okay, so if I'm a hoarder, where am I supposed to find help?
There are several ways you can get help. You could go through therapy, which is designed to be done in 26 weekly sessions. Next, there's group treatment, where you get together with 6 to 8 people and with the same problem and talk about your problems and motivate each other to change. There's also technology treatment, where you can go online and talk to people with the same problem all around the world. Last, there's family treatment. The best way to go about this is to sit down with your loved one and discuss the problem in a calm and reasonable manner. The goal of this is to educate them about the hoarding behavior as a problem and try to reduce the risk of being a hoarder. For more information, go to www.ocfoundation.org.
This is brought to you by Swanky Vision.
That sounds sweet!
Being number one isn't easy. Well, okay, it is.
Action. Action. Action.
Behaviors lead to enough clutter and disorganization to disrupt or threaten a person's health or safety. May curb the urge to occur.
Action.
No, I wasn't ready.
Alright.
You told me to look over.
Yeah.
They fail to pay their bills on time. I'm sorry, I keep looking at you.
Right.